like a day moon. I might escape soon, soon. Get out of focus. Baby, you know this.
Okay friends, today I am working on the promised pantry revamp where I am transforming my pantry into a primarily ingredient pantry. I do still have some canned foods and some other, I guess, somewhat processed foods on hand, but the top shelf, I just went ahead and cleaned those. One bin houses, well, it used to have chips, but I won't be buying those anymore. Nothing is in that bin currently. I might find something to put in there, but I'm not sure. The other bin is baking, and you will see me taking the labels off of all of the bins. And the reason I'm doing that is because a lot of the labels won't be relevant to the way I'm constructing the pantry. And I think for now, I'm just not gonna do any labels on any of the bins. And that is because I'm pretty sure that my Cricut Joy is broken. I haven't tried it in a few weeks, but the last time I tried to use it, it was not working. And I did troubleshoot it a little bit, but it seems like it is just dead. But I'm okay with that. I don't think it is highly necessary for all of these bins to have labels. So I'm planning to just remove all of the labels. And actually one of the bins, the label is already in really bad shape anyway. So it'll be nice to just have a clean slate. But just wanted to let you know what was going on today, let you know what I was up to.
Friends, I did forget to mention that today is Thursday, and that means this is my Thoughtful Thursday video. If you're new around here or don't know what that means, every Thursday in the voiceover, I like to share my thoughts on a topic. So please stay tuned, and a little bit later on in this video, I'll be sharing my thoughts with you. For today's Thoughtful Thursday video, I wanted to talk about a couple of things actually. First, I wanted to share how important organization maintenance is. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about my plans for 2025 for food purchases in light of my no buy year. I thought it was appropriate since I'm here working on my pantry today. Of course, we do have to buy food, but I am just going to be more intentional about what kind of food I'm bringing into my home. So first, I wanted to talk about how one tip in keeping your home organized is to maintain your organized spaces. Maybe this is an obvious point, especially for spaces like the pantry that have a high turnover rate, but we can sometimes neglect maintaining our organized spaces after we have done the initial process of getting it organized. Having an existing organization framework with organization tools will definitely help to make it easier to keep your spaces organized, but they do need to be maintained and sometimes completely revamped like I did in my pantry as your individual and/or your household needs change over time. Our homes and possessions are ever evolving, so we need to recognize how we organize should evolve as well. As we transition through different life stages, our needs change. We may also have different possessions based on what life phase we are in or based on the hobbies or other needs that we have at the time. When my kids were younger and we had very busy schedules, I relied more on processed or prepackaged foods for packing their lunches or even to make a quick or easy dinner. My pantry looked very different 10 years or even just 5 years ago based on a different life stage and different needs. Keeping our spaces organized is just one of those homemaking tasks that will be ever present and ongoing, kind of like, unfortunately, the dishes and the laundry. Please stay tuned. In a little bit here in this video, I'm going to share with you some of my ideas for 2025 and the foods I'm going to be bringing into my home or not bringing into my home. So I will chat about that in just a little bit here.
It's all kinds of hell, hidden in stacks so.
Y'all, this project took me so much longer than I anticipated. Removing these labels was so tedious. I don't know if you can tell how tedious it is because I know I've sped up the footage here, but it was very tedious and time consuming and just getting everything cleaned. It took, like I said, way longer than I expected on this day.
Okay, here is what's happening. This is the point where I'm like, why am I doing this? So I need to figure out where I can put these, where they can all be in the front, because that is one thing I want to achieve, is the valuable real estate, having the things we use the most. And I know we use all 4 of these, but I also like it to look aesthetic. I need to clean out all of these bins. I think it would be boring. I know on my channel I've done that sometimes where I'm cleaning out all these bins, but I think I'm just gonna knock this out and I'll be back. Okay, I need a coffee break so badly. It is past my afternoon coffee break time, but I wanted to give you an update. I got all of the labels off the boxes and I cleaned them all out, and this bin is gonna house extra crackers that we have, so I'll put that towards the back of the pantry, and this is going to house like extra grains and lentils and things like that. What I need to organize is these plastic bins. I want to use several of them for my huge stack of nuts we have over here. I want this to be a primary snack of ours, and it's always been hard to get to most of our nuts. The only ones that we could really easily get to were the pecans and pistachios, but I think I want to streamline it, put all of them in those plastic bins, and get rid of a lot of that packaging as well. But I have to figure out how that all is going to work. There's other things that I may use these bins for. I will keep popcorn on hand, just like the kernels, because I can make that on the stovetop with some coconut oil, so that could be another snack idea. I'll probably use one of the bins for some pasta, or I guess these are just like noodles, Asian style noodles. And then I also need to figure out what to do with the panko crumbs, because I feel like this is something that I would like to have on hand. It's not like perfectly clean. It does have dextrose in it, so not ideal. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to give you an update over here. Here's a bunch of bins that I emptied out and cleaned. I may still need to use some of those. And then here is the bins that I have ready to organize back in the pantry. And I do have one more shelf to contend with that I'm gonna have to clean off. So that is where we're at for now.
There's nothing more important than the light we leave behind. I'd cross the universe alone to reach the other side. The only place where I belong is hidden in your eyes. Watching the stars align between you and I, circling in space. Frozen time, worlds collide as we levitate. Watching the stars align between you and I, circling in space. Frozen time, worlds collide. Something about the way we levitate. Watching the stars align between you and I, circling in space. Frozen time, worlds collide. Something about the way we levitate.
Okay, so here is where it gets kind of tricky, where I'm playing musical chairs with all of the items that I am decanting. I want to put all of the nuts in the plastic bins, and so I'll have a couple of these jars for other types of food. I like to do like with like. I feel like that just makes more sense. I know it might be silly to transfer those nuts into those bins, but just humor me. So yeah, I have to figure out which items are gonna go in which bins, what makes sense, and that can be a little bit tricky based on what I have available, the food I have left to decant and get into the bins. I do already have some food that's in some bins, and some of it I won't be replacing once it's gone, but for now I'm just gonna go ahead and leave those labels on those bins and organize them into the pantry as they are. But I did put the white bins that I had stocked with food away. I probably will rearrange, but I just wanted to get them in the pantry so they were off my counter so that I have space to do all of this figuring out of what's gonna go where. Okay, so here are all the bins that are already ready to go. I won't be replacing these fruit strips, and I probably won't replace trail mix either. I may, at least not these little packages, I may try to find a trail mix that is more clean, that doesn't have any oils or anything in it. This one is actually fairly clean, but the cranberries do have something in it. I can't remember what. So those are ready to go. Here are all my extra bins. And then I actually have a couple of these jars that I cleaned out the honey once we ate all of the honey. I have a couple of those jars to work with. So yeah, let me just figure all this out.
Lavender fields where the sun drips gold. I'll be waiting in the evermore, quiet and still as an open rose, far away from where we were before, in this walk across eternity. I'll hold you in the light and the rain. I'll stay right here with you until the stars fall from the sky.
I spelled almonds wrong. Redo.
Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about today is how I am planning on being more intentional with the food I purchase in 2025 as a part of my no buy year. There were a lot of items that I used to purchase at Costco that I will no longer purchase. I want to focus on primarily having whole foods on hand and not as much processed and prepackaged foods. And this is why I wanted to transform this pantry into a primarily ingredient pantry so that it was easier for me to see the healthy snack or food options in general at the front of my pantry. I feel like some of it was hiding in bins in the back, and so I wanted to move all that to what I like to call the prime real estate area in my pantry. The other thing I am going to change is to not purchase so much backstock food to have on hand. I don't mind having a certain amount, but I would like to be more reasonable than I have been in the past. Currently, there are 4 people living here, so I see no need to have a ton of extra food on hand. In general, as I pursue minimalism, I'm realizing the value of not having a bunch of backstock on hand, whether it's food, cleaning products, toiletries, or beauty products. It's easier to maintain our organized spaces the less inventory we have on hand. I am being really conscientious about using up what we have on hand before I purchase more and making meal plans around what I already have on hand. This will help me to not have to buy as much when I am grocery shopping. Also, if I want to try a new recipe that calls for an obscure spice or ingredient that I don't keep on hand, I will see if there is any suitable substitution that would work that I already have. Lower inventory equals less to take care of, equals more time and more peace. Okay, my friends, that is all that I have to share for today's Thoughtful Thursday Thoughts. I do hope you enjoyed hearing what I had to share today. Please let me know your thoughts on my thoughts down in the comments. I always enjoy reading everything that you have to share and your thoughts on the things that I shared. Please stay tuned and keep watching until the end so you can see the end result of what my pantry looked like after I was completely finished with this revamp.
Stay here with me. Don't say you have to go.
Okay, so here are the foods I'm getting rid of, and I feel like this really isn't that bad for a whole pantry clean out. I'm getting rid of this Karo syrup just because I don't ever want to eat corn syrup. And then my daughter needed this for a recipe, but it's just been sitting in the pantry for a couple of months now, so I'm gonna get rid of that. These rainbow sprinkles are expired. These are not expired, but we have had them for a long time, and also they have sulfur dioxide in them, so not a huge fan of that. And then these are actually almost gone, but it came with a Harry and David little basket that I got from my grandpa for Christmas. But like I said, they're almost gone anyway. So those are the items I'm getting rid of. Okay, I just wanted to take you on a quick tour. This box remains empty, so it's just extra in case I need that for anything. This again is just all my baking supplies. This is powdered drinks, mostly just like electrolytes. And then this is a bin of like extra condiments and sauces. And this is all canned beans. And then this is mostly just other canned items. And then you might notice in the back, I did put a couple of bins that are empty in case I want to buy some cans from Costco. That's where I'll place them now, is back in the extra space there. Here is where I have a lot of jarred items, a lot of staples, rice pasta, regular rice, quinoa. I've got other varieties of rice back there, and my lentils are back there. And then in the very back is where I'm keeping all the back stock. And then this still has all of our oils and vinegars, and then the back stock for that is behind. And I added some seeds to this, and also some dried cherries. And then here is all of our snacks, mostly nuts. And I did have the pumpkin seeds in this container, but I had forgotten that we were out of walnuts, and that is something we keep regularly. It's a great meat alternative for some recipes for vegans. But we do have a lot of nuts, I recognize that. We have pecans, peanuts, cashews, walnuts, pistachios, and almonds, not to mention the seeds that were up there. But this is a great snack option for healthy snacks. And then back behind there, there is a bin with some extra things, including my popcorn. I forgot that I already had a jar for that, and it's located in a different place. And if you'll notice, I don't have the dates here. I did stick the dates in one of these bins, but I have it located in a different place because we eat them less as a snack, and I usually make desserts out of dates. So that's why I decided to put those in a different place. And then this is our bin for garlic, onions, and potatoes. This is our bin for foods that are maybe a little bit more processed or pre-packaged that I'm gonna work through here and then decide what I will have on hand. But for now, I figured this is a good boundary for pre-packaged or more processed things. But this actually isn't, though. These are those cacao nibs that are great for snacking, especially adding with like nuts and dried berries and stuff like that. And then once again, back there you might see I have some back stock, and in that container I just have some crackers. And then down here we have our sparkling water, the beef sticks, and some pasta and noodles. And this is where I store my coffee grinder. It's just the place that it fits best because a lot of our cabinets aren't tall enough. And then back behind there I have a bin with all of my coffee beans. So there you have it.
I'm asking